Yeah.
Not her features.
You can't see
Not
her
see her
features.
features. A shape.
Mm-hmm.
A shape. Just that. A shape, like
Black?
veiled, I suppose.
Right,
you know,
okay.
black. Yes. Yeah. Black clothing. And I get the indication that she moves around, moves up these walkways here.
Okay.
Between these pillars.
Any name with this woman? Or initial?
Oh.
I know that's a bit early, but if you could try.
Oh, blimey. A name. Come to me, a name. She has some status, this woman.
Mm-hmm.
She has a high status. She could be royalty. I think she is royalty.
She's royalty?
Yeah, she's royalty.
When I asked for a name, you were kind of forming a...
Well, yeah.
Go on.
B.
Go on. Barbara. Okay.
You don't sound convinced, though. I don't want to leave
It's
you.
just that it's just how can I say this? It's the name Barbara that doesn't seem totally convincing to me.
Doesn't seem Italian, neither does it?
No, that was the question.
But the thing is, that's what I'm getting. Okay. And now I hear something.
So as soon as Brian started to talk about a couple of minutes ago, as soon as that happened, those noises, you could hear those noises straight away.
Let's be really quiet.
Where are they?
They're here. Out here. Call out, Brian.
If you're here, make those noises. Make that noise again. If you're here, call out. Call out to us. And if I'm right, Barbara, make yourself known to us.
Yeah. That was there. Listen. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
It's very
Getting that loud.
Can you hear that? It was here.
slow.
It's there.
You did hear it, Roger?
Yeah, I'm hearing it now.
It's still. Is it coming from beneath? No, she's here, in this courtyard.
How did she die? Do you know?
No. She's a young woman.
How old?
A young woman, only 30, barely 30.
Okay.
Barely 30. Listen.
Did you get that, Roger?
It's very loud and clear.
Okay.
Still going.
All right. We're still going now. We're whispering because hopefully we'll be able to pick that up. Apparently Roger on sound has got that. So in the studio, if we can rewind the tape and hopefully you'll be able to hear it at home. It's like a whining noise. Yeah, you're getting it.
Again.
Okay. I'm getting something. Just something coming like dots into my mind. What's that mean?
Come on.
It's nothing to do with. What is it? Oh my God!
What? Don't do that to me. What?
Bensili prima?
What does that mean?
Cha entriamo?
I don't know. Are you alright?
We're in danger.
We're in danger. Well, we know that.
Thinking it means something like bless us before we enter this place of evil.
Really? Okay, who told you that then?
As we're standing here
Yeah?
on these stones, something came into my mind.
You know you did a
There's-
cross above my head when
Yeah,
you did
there's
that.
something here that's warning us to. There's sounds going again.
That's not
That's outside in the street. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Okay. Well, I mean, we're outside. we all heard the noises here. I don't know whether you heard them in the studio, but hopefully you'll be able to hear them in the studio. We're going to plunge the whole place into darkness now, get the night vision camera out, and we're going to go inside this place and see if we can get a lot more paranormal activity, yeah? So Leslie and Paul, that's absolutely fascinating. Barbara, we've got a name of Barbara, and the fact that the bodies were buried underneath the concrete slabs. Is that right? I don't know. It's back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Yvette. You stay safe out there. Good luck to Brian and to the whole team, and I'm delighted to welcome to Most Haunted live from Turin, a leading medium from America who's with us for the next 5 nights, Patrick Matthews. A pleasure to meet you, so welcome aboard.
Thank you. I'm very excited about being here tonight.
Now let's start with you. Were very excited when you heard Brian talking about a name beginning with B, because before that you sensed when you were at that location earlier a couple of things. One was you got the name of the place and you didn't know it because the name...
Yeah, never been there before, and I was getting Peter really strong, Peter, and then you said it's San
Pietro, former church.
Okay.
And you also got a B name, a female B name.
While they were investigating, I kept getting a B like Belina or Belena or something, and he was saying Barbara, so we both matched on toward that, but I would be curious what the Italian version of Barbara would be. Is it something toward that effect?
Again, but either way, Leslie Smith could be working on our historian.
Right, so again, we're together, and we're here in the studios, but I was basically, you know, there in spirit, if you will, picking up what they were sensing as well.
And when you were there earlier on, it is now in use as a library and a place where they store old volumes, archaic books. You got a sense of something quite sinister there.
Again, going to the location, I have no idea where I'm going or what it is. And as soon as I stepped out into that courtyard, you see a beautiful building, but all of a sudden, you hear screams coming out. You know, I was sensing screams in spirit and such. I'm thinking, okay, it's a beautiful building, but what was that? What is this building about? Again, I had no idea. So during the walkabout, basically, you know, picking up, you know, as soon as I walked in the door, I'm saying, there's a lot of dead people here. You know, I'm not talking about just in spirits, but actually buried there and so forth and so on. So I'm anxious to find out exactly what's going on there.
Did you get any sense of an evil presence, Patrick?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the thing. And when you walk into that building, or even to that courtyard, you know, the chills just come right down you. But all of a sudden you're feeling a heaviness, a weightness, if you will. An evilness, if you will. So there's something that is totally unanswered there that happened in the past, but is brought to today.
When did you first become aware you had this gift, that you were sensitive?
Basically, it started when I was a child. I used to see dead relatives when I was about 6 years old, and I'd live in a place where the Civil War took place, and I used to see Civil War soldiers walking about on the battlefields and things like that. So it was kind of natural seeing spirit, but again, you know, it was basically... I thought everybody was seeing them too, but I found out basically no.
Well, Patrick is staying with us not just for tonight, but for the next 4 nights after tonight. Thank you for that, Patrick. We're going to take the shortest of short breaks. A little reminder, of course, we are 1 hour ahead of you here in Turin, which is known as Satan City, which means that when it's 11 p.m. in the UK, it'll be midnight here, the witching hour. Stay with us. More after this. Welcome back to a fascinating first night of Most Haunted live from Turin, which is known as Satan City. We've had some amazing information already from our medium and psychic artist, Brian Shepherd. We've also got Leslie Smith here to check the details, our academic and historian. Leslie, what do you want to pick out first from the information we've received?
Well, what I'd like to say is the hit that so far have come in have been outstanding. I can tell you that the graveyard was broken up in the 70s, partly because of the amount of black ritual that was going on there, partly because the land was needed preciously for building. And I can tell you that where he stood on the green and said, nobody's here, he was right, they'd been moved. But in the path and stoned area, there are still bodies.
Where both Brian Shepherd and Patrick Matthews, our American medium, sense bodies.
Absolutely.
Brian got the name Barbara, and a woman who died before she was 30.
I was very hopeful about this one, and it's come up. Barbara Beloselsky, she was a Russian princess, an aristocrat. She died when she was 28 years of age in 1792 in miscarriage.
And she died in Turin?
Well, she could be Geneva, could be Turin, but I can tell you she was buried in 1792, obviously just after she died, and then her body was moved in 1862 there. Now, what's so crucial about that is we think the fetus is with her as well, because of what's on the tombstone, which they can't see, by the way. It's not on view. And also this horrible veiled figure, the classic frightening shrouded figure, which is her, is seen both as a dark shape in a nearby playground, and also it appears with the mouth of the veil sucking into her mouth. Very frightening looking figure, and this is believed to be her. It is her. She reveals herself as Barbara, and she left behind 3 children as well.
And does she have any legends associated with her? Is she an aggressive spirit?
Well, she certainly warns people a great deal. She appears not only in a white shroud but a black veil. She's known 2 years after her burial in 1792 to have appeared to a man and seduced him.